There's a quiet assassin in relationships that almost no one recognizes. It isn't infidelity. It isn't fighting. It isn't even falling out of love. It's something quieter, slower, deadlier. It works in silence, dissolving a man's confidence piece by piece, until one day he wakes up a stranger to himself. And the most brutal part, he helped make it happen. Let me ask you this. Have you ever noticed how some women make you feel unstoppable, like the world bends for you, while others drain the life out of you until you can barely stand? With one woman, you're bold, decisive, magnetic. With another, you're hesitant, anxious, constantly questioning your worth. That's not a coincidence. That's not a phase. That's psychological erosion disguised as love. Here's the truth most men never realize. When you commit to a woman, you're not just choosing a partner. You're choosing a mirror. The reflection she gives you becomes the foundation of who you believe you are. You hand her silent authority over your self-worth, and by the time you notice, she's already rewritten it. You could be a man at the top of his game, leading people, making power moves, respected by everyone around you. And yet after years with the wrong woman, you find yourself apologizing for existing. From commanding respect in boardrooms to begging for approval at your own dinner table. How does that transformation happen? It starts small, almost invisible. A glance that cuts deeper than words. A sigh when you speak. The dull expression when you walk in the room. Not warmth, but indifference. Those tiny reactions are corrosive. Your brain reads them as constant updates on your worth. Because biologically, you're wired to crave validation from your tribe. And in modern life, your partner is your tribe. When the person closest to you consistently signals disapproval, your nervous system interprets it as danger. Your body floods with stress hormones. Your dopamine crashes. Your testosterone fades. Over time, her perception literally reshapes your chemistry and eventually, your identity. You start believing you're failing not because you are, but because she looks at you like you are. It always begins with worship. The honeymoon stage, she can't stop admiring you. Every joke lands. Every story fascinates her. You see yourself reflected in her excitement, and that reflection feels godlike. Then the switch happens, slowly, quietly. Maybe you hit the rough patch, a project stalls, a goal slips. Suddenly her admiration turns to evaluation. Her eyes no longer light up when you talk. They measure you. Comments start to drip in. Didn't you used to be more motivated? My friend's husband just got promoted. You're not the man I met. Each one lands like a paper cut, too small to fight, too sharp to ignore. And because you love her, you rationalize it. You adapt. You shrink. This is psychological suffocation, a slow demolition of self. And the wildest part, most women don't do it intentionally. It's instinct, centuries of evolutionary wiring. They subconsciously test for stability, status, strength. When they sense decline, attraction and respect fall, their tone changes. Their body language betrays their doubt. The manipulation isn't in her words, it's in the absence of warmth, the dead silence after your success, the subtle spark when she talks to another man, the energy she used to give you, now directed elsewhere. You feel it even when you pretend not to. I've lived it. I was building businesses, grinding through setbacks, fighting to make something real. At first she saw potential, called me a visionary. Then I was trying to find my path, then lost. By the end, I was a disappointment. Here's the truth. I hadn't changed. My abilities, intelligence, and drive were the same. But her eyes had changed, and I started to see myself through her disappointment. That's how this poison works. It's not an argument, it's absorption. You absorb her perception until it becomes your reality. You start thinking, I'm tired, I'm failing, I'm the problem. But you're not. You're just living inside someone else's distorted reflection of you. And once that takes hold, it's devastating. Because your brain craves consistency, it will rewrite your self-image to align with how your partner treats you. She looks at you with contempt, you'll begin to act beneath yourself. She loses respect, you'll lose drive. Her lack of admiration becomes your new baseline. And yet, if you're with someone who genuinely believes in you, who looks at you like you're capable of anything, your entire world shifts upward. That's why two men with the same potential can live completely different lives, depending on the woman beside them. This is the hidden manipulation most men never see. It's not yelling, not cheating, not emotional chaos. It's the slow drip of indifference, the silent signal that says, you're not enough. And because men are trained to prove their worth, we chase that approval harder. We try to earn back the admiration that once came freely. But the harder we try, the lower our value sinks in our eyes. It's a trap. Some women, consciously or not, master it. They inflate your ego early, make you addicted to their praise. Then they starve you of it. You chase the high, like a drug that never comes back. And every time you fail to win her validation, she gains control. That's why men who seem powerful in the world can become powerless at home. They're not broken. They're conditioned. If you've ever felt your confidence vanish in a relationship, this is why. Because when you allow someone's opinion of you to override your own, you give away your identity, and rebuilding it takes awareness and sometimes escape. If you find yourself in that dynamic, you have three choices. 1, confront it, speak honestly. If she cares, she'll listen. If she mocks or dismisses you, that tells you everything. 2, reclaim yourself. Rebuild confidence through work, hobbies, brotherhood, independence. 3, walk away. Because staying with someone who quietly destroys your self-worth is slow suicide. The men who thrive understand this. Respect isn't optional. It's oxygen. Lose it, and you suffocate. A healthy relationship is built on mutual admiration. Both partners feel lucky. Both elevate each other. A toxic one runs on comparison, resentment, and unspoken contempt. And no amount of love can survive that. So choose wisely. Not just the woman, the mirror. Because whoever you let close enough to define your worth will. And if she looks at you with disappointment long enough, you'll start to see that same disappointment every time you look in the mirror. The greatest mistake a man can make is believing he can love his way through someone else's contempt. You can't. Love without respect is corrosion. And the only cure, the only way out, is remembering who you were before you forgot. Before her sighs rewrote your confidence. Before her silence muted your ambition. Before her eyes convinced you you were less. You were never less. You were just standing in the wrong reflection. Walk away from the mirrors that distort you and find the one that shows you your true size. Because the woman beside you will either build your kingdom or burn it down from the inside.